Disclaimer.
Yeah, so some Digimon got some notice, but this time I'm acknowledging a few Digimon in one go, and I think all of them are underrated too. The hint is that both are ultimate level, having a similar pattern as you'll find out later, and one other thing they have in common is that their special moves deal int piercing damage. In short, this feature is too good in these games because the damage is absolutely imbalanced. However, it is necessary when playing hard mode since the bosses have dummy high base stats. Piercing damage is often desired from the high level hard hitting Digimon, but even ultimate level Digimon can have this benefit early on too. And I'll say now that I have a specific game plan in mind for both today. Of course though, you're all free to decide how you think they should play in advance. Funnily enough, they're quite similar with their loadouts too. Anyways, intro over. It's time. First up is MegaKabuterimon, a vaccine plant hybrid having these base stats. Paralysis immunity is nice, and learning magic plant attacks that can solo and AoE is nice too. Hornbuster is peak fun because it's strong, single target electric piercing damage. 30 SP is expensive, but it's worth it. Electric piercing damage isn't unique to just the tropical red insectoid, but they're the only ultimate Digimon that has electric and penetration damage, so there's that. For this idea, I put 150 extra stat points of training into intelligence for good reason. The higher the stat, the stronger the magic attack, defense, and healing. Hornbuster type checks Windmons that could be a problem for your team, which seems confusing since a Plantmon is asserting the dominance. MegaKabuterimon is also quite beefy with good HP and defense, so having 150 extra intelligence means they've got what it takes to be a beastly tank. This now means that they're mainly weak to both fixed and piercing damage.
Hello again!
For matchups, MegaKabuterimon absolutely puts them on blast, but also gets swatted from these mons. But yeah, Hornbuster is awesome, and this loadout means we have a vaccine plant bug bruiser that can type check water and Windmons. Next up is Etemon. When you progress Cyber Sleuth's story between Etemon and Reiko from the Shibuya Tower records, we see their wholesome dynamic play out together and develop more throughout the chapters. Not gonna lie, but that had me wanting to raise my own. They're a Virus Dark hybrid and have these base stats. Physical damage reduction is nifty, and the highlight is Love Serenade.
It's all sad what's learned by Nightmare 3. But before this moveset is done, this special makes a fan out of you.
This medium-strong, dark magic attack doesn't hit as hard as other int penetration moves, but it is AoE, aka every foe is invited to pain. Meanwhile, inflicting paralysis is a 20% chance on top of being AoE. Ironic, since MegaKabuterimon was mentioned earlier. 30 SP seems like a lot, but Etemon's cool with that. I would be too if my piercing attack was AoE and proc a status effect. Having this souped up Hellcrusher 3 button basically means we can add moves that are single target, support, and a hint of healing. If we do the same thing here like before, then we'll have a swell loadout. High int is a triple dub, and we'll take those. Virus Dark is a common hybrid, but I'll list who we destroy and who bullies us on paper. As shown, physical damage reduction seems great, yet that kinda means Etemon struggles more with magic damage in theory, and even more so for magical AoE damage. But one could say that Aura, or even X-Aura, can mitigate the issue. All in all, Etemon's a groovy pick. If you're not trying to contest high-level Mega Vaccine Mons, then Etemon can be legit. But let's get back to the Bug Bruiser. Upon Digivolution, they're the move. HerculesKabuterimon is still primarily magic-based, so none of that goes to waste. MegaDramon wouldn't be a bad choice since we can snag those nice skills, but it can't be denied that this golden boy further increases the magical insect's performance. We still prevent paralysis and gain higher base stats, especially more HP. The ultimate sacrifice is giving up piercing damage, but what we gain in return is so much more. In truth, this digipath means we go from being a magic bug bruiser to a big beetle tank that supports you like the big brother you wish you had. With all this, the playstyle changes drastically, and so they can support and soak damage for days. I have some nostalgia with MegaKabuterimon from the anime, but they made my childhood in Digimon World 1 along with the Beetleland area, so shoutouts to all of them. They deserve it. For Monkey Elvis, MetalEtemon is solid. They've got lots of digipaths, but one of them fits our quota. Platinum Numamon is everyone's lord and savior, but intentionally getting them first to learn all the breakfield moves could actually be worth, so grab them all. Going back, MetalEtemon is required pretty late, but then again, they all are. This Metal Banana Lover is pretty fun and worth it, and they're partially why I wanted to make these Digi-Reviews in the first place. They're strong, cheap memory, have max equip slots, a great physical tank, and fares okay with its other subpar stats. So what are we missing? Well, nothing. Because if you trained your own Metal Romsstar to have 150 extra intelligence, then you're set. High Int does so much, and since physical damage gets reduced, the massive increase to this stat completes our Metallic King. Its special move, Banana Slip, is single target dark magic attack damage. So while this Digipath sacrifices AoE Int piercing damage, it gains all of the same good stuff like they do. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. And they're chromed out to the max. We may lose one great thing, but we get an absolute jack in return. And if the enemy field doesn't have stun immunity, well, let's just say that 80% chance becomes a problem. This is a tank that can disrupt, support, off-heal, and deal good damage too? I mean, who's stopping that? These data Digimons? Huh, get real. Now, jokes aside, we should at least November that Hawkmon, a rookie level, is the only Mon that has wind-piercing damage. Nobody else. Yeah, that's my bad. In fact, Wind has the least amount of attack entries in the game, proving it's that rare to see. MetalEtemon only has to fear Vaccine Wind hybrids if they deal physical damage. Cause remember, with this loadout, we have more magic defense than physical defense, even though we reduced that already. Other than being afraid of fixed and piercing damage, that basically leaves them, which isn't saying much considering those two are on most Digimon's radar anyway. Unless that happens.
Am I a joke to you?
Overall, I chose these two and their mega levels because I went with the same stratagem and with training, and they both just happen to fit together. They both start out as mage bruisers, if that's even a thing, and then they ascend to absolute superstar tanks that can do it all. So, yeah, both of these Digipath bundles are fun, and I recommend them for anyone playing these games. If I had to say, I'd give the Etemon path a try for Cyber Sleuth, and the Kabuteri path for Hacker's Memory. If you enjoyed my time here, give the video a like. I want to make more content for everyone, and all that good stuff helps show me you want it too. I have other content in the works, so subscribe if you haven't already. Nonetheless, thanks for watching. Keep it on, no matter what. Cheers.